Hey, what's up? I was watching The Hobbit on HBO Go, um, and the pale orc is the bad guy, and it sounds almost like the pale horse of the Bible. And the dog right here maybe represents the Dog Star Sirius. But also, I just thought this shot was very interesting in The Hobbit because it almost looks like the power plant, the San Onofre power plant. Just two domes next to each other, just like it showed in Cloud Atlas, Grand Theft Auto 5, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, um, tons of stuff. I used to be a Democrat, but it's more like this. I vote Democrat because I'm pro-choice, except on schools, guns, trade, healthcare, energy, smoking, union membership, light poles, plastic bags, Walmart, kinds of food you can eat. I mean, it's so easy to hate Bush, so I thought I was Democrat. Oh, but it's so much easier to hate Obama, you know, because he's fulfilling scripture. Homicide is 0.8% of deaths. Diet-related diseases over 60, but no one fucking talks. It's because no one cares about our actual health. This might be a stretch, but I was looking at this book, and the cover just looked like a pill. You know, the submarine looks like a pill. So it's like the hunt for the red pill. I don't know. This book I saw, it's called It. It is a biography, but it's just kind of interesting cover and title, considering the Grok's discoveries. Life is totally promoting Mary worship and stuff. The presence of God in our lives. She's not God. She's the mother of God. What does this have to do with God? It's promoting falseness. Even the mainstream Christians, Max Lucado, Grace. It's a V in there. They know. I thought this was an interesting cover, not because it's Texas or whatever, but because it looks like this is what's going to happen to Texas because we have so much oil. The gas from Louisiana will ignite a fucking spark and will. That's how they'll get Texas because it's going to be the hardest country. I saw this book, this rainbow is mentioned in the Bible, and the great sword, and the woman coming, and the boobs are kind of highlighted right here for the power plants. Oh, my bad. So I thought that was interesting. And this other book, the blue sword on the red horse, exactly like the book of Revelation. They saw a red horse came down, which represents Russia and China and all those red flags, and they were given a great sword, just like this sci-fi book. So I'll probably show this before, but I just want to ingrain it to everyone's heads. This is the Wild West, death rates. Oh, 1900 with the Federal Reserve and banking, gun control, fucking deaths go high, way off the charts. And then Prohibition ends. Oh, okay, let's chill out again. Oh, JFK gets killed, so let's have a gun ban. Oh, war on drugs, even worse. And now, finally, in the 90s, we have carry permits. And crime has decreased almost 50% in 20 years. There's an owl on the cover because it's Illuminati. V-Man, just the V is everywhere in the magazines. V, I think I showed this before, but it's just so blatant right there, too. I forgot to show this in Grand Theft Auto 5. It's just a big-ass V, a building, randomly. Oh, okay, I was watching The Grinch on ABC Family, 25 Days of Christmas. And it's the Grinch, the devil, coming down right on the boobs. And this is the lady's boobs, and the Grinch is right in between them. At first it's like, oh, just a raunchy joke. No, it's symbolic, folks. And then in Polar Express, the very end, this is the bell they were zooming in on, and I noticed that there it was like pretty much looks like the Pleiades, the stars in there. That could have been a stretch. It could be a stretch, but I'm just saying. The chef book just had Daniel all big on the cover, like Tribe of Dan, Book of Daniel prophecies. I saw this book or a puzzle right here, and it had to have the elephant in the very center for idol worship in Islam coming, and the eagle covering the sun because that's the rapture, and the bat right here for Vlad in Russia, right next to the bear, Russia, Vladimir Putin, blood. deer for the hunt, lion for the leopard. I mean, it's all, I mean, yeah, they're all fucking, it's a picture of a group of animals, but it just happens to have the most Illuminati ones facing up here, not upside down like that. It's just more than coincidence, folks. Oops. This one's interesting because 137 is a somewhat important number. Carl Jung noticed that it was the atom's fine structure constant, and it's the numerical value of Kabbalah in Hebrew. So I just thought, why 137 ways to be amazing? Why not 150? They gotta use their Illuminati shit, you know. So dollar bill, when you fold it like that, turns into alien, kinda looks like an alien. The Star of David's right there. I've never noticed that. And then of course the Illuminati card game, trying to explain it. The Gmail, look at the Freemasons thing. It's a Gmail. They have the sideways star because it's the pentagram of the devil. Because Satan is on the throne right now judging us, so they worship him instead of Jesus, who will soon take the throne. Savvy, I thought was interesting because it emphasizes V. There's a little V symbol right here, and the tornado. And the author's last name is Law, like the law coming. Thought that's very interesting. This is the Bilderberg network schematic. All the millions of companies that are connected to Bilderberg and Bloomberg and those five families that rule the whole world. You know, like, look at that. You don't think there's anything controlling you. The Fifth Agreement, he had this book called The Four Agreements, and then just randomly came out with the Fifth Agreement, a whole book on just the fifth one, for the fifth age. Proof U.S. governments could harm Americans, Operation Northwoods. It's a false flag attack plan originating in the U.S. government in '62. It called for CIA and other operatives to commit genuine acts of terrorism in U.S. cities on both military and innocent civilian targets. This is very possible. It's not conspiracy. Read the rest if you want to know about it. Once again, dollar bill. At 5, it's a perfect twin tower if you fold it that way. Then something gets hit on top, smoke on top, and then the left one falls, and then they both fall with smoke and then dust rising after it. I mean, it's right there. That's so creepy. Haven's a new show, highlighting the V in the very center. And I'm going to get into this stuff. Jesus' face was kind of like long, and his eyes were big, like most Pisces. But it just had like a round top and a very pointy chin. He always had kind of a pointy chin and a big head, it looks like. Guess what it looks like? It's almost like that, you know. That looks like almost a head. I might be crazy, but, you know, who knows. Then I found this really cool website, Omega Education. Talks about this. It's about gematria and sacred geometry and Christianity tying into that, the net and the fish, Fisher's Code, the Trinity. So yeah, just check that out if y'all are bored. Y'all have a good one. Just keep trying to expose them.